Hey guys, what's up? It's Carl here, back with another episode. Just got into the studio and saw that some new Microsoft products were delivered. We've got the brand new Surface Go 2. I guess that's their new Go 2 tablet. And the type cover, which makes it a bit more like a laptop. This is their entryway into, I guess, the laptop slash two-in-one game. The OG original Surface was a really good product. I think that came back in 2018. I loved its two-in-one design. I thought it was great for students, and there was a couple things that I wasn't too fond of, but I think this year around, Microsoft has kind of addressed most of those. We unfortunately didn't get a formal launch. All of that stuff is being canceled with everything going on right now, but we did get them shipped here to the studio. So let's quickly take a look and we'll compare that, I guess, against the iPad, which I think it's its main competitor. So the Surface Go 2 starts off at $399, and with that you get a Pentium Gold processor, 4 gigs of RAM, and 64 gigs of storage, but for $549, just like the mid-tier here, that's where you double the RAM, and of course, double the storage. And for $629, you actually get the top spec, and that comes with Intel's new M3 processor. That's the one that I would honestly recommend, especially if it's your only device. I would spend the extra loot on it, because once you start adding some accessories, for example, the type cover, prices do kind of add up. And the reason why I enjoyed the OG Surface Go was because of the size and form factor. It doesn't become too large and it's great to carry around. It's got a 10.5-inch display. Yes, it's only 1920 by 1080, but I think for this size, it works pretty well. And of course, you need to consider that price point. They have reduced the bezels slightly. I still think they're a tad bit chunky, but it's nothing to cry home about. But the big benefit of having any Microsoft tablet is the fact it has a full operating system. So this has Windows 10, unlike say an iPad, which is running iPad OS. You can do everything you do on a PC on this two-in-one. It has very basic I/O supports. We've got the headphone jack, thankfully, USB-C. We still have Microsoft's dedicated connector, volume rocker, on and off button, and a small slot for expandable memory via micro SD card. It still has a very reliable hinge. And if you choose to grab the Surface Go cover, it's pretty similar to previous gens, nice and soft, covered in Alcantara. You can get it in different colors. I think that's pretty funky. It comes with a full chiclet style keyboard, and of course a trackpad, snaps simply in place. And now this just becomes way more productive for typing, so whether you're responding to emails, typing out those long essays, and when you want, folding it up, it's now more safe from getting scratches on the screen. I'm digging it, almost like a burnt orange. It's kind of a combo between what I'm wearing and, of course, the orange wall. And when you compare the Go 2 to, say, an iPad, and I realize I only have my iPad Pro here, but when you look at the base level iPad, same size, 10.5 inches, I think both of these kind of do compare. And they become very portable devices that can do a lot, just technically not everything. And even though we have a full OS, we've got Windows 10 here, like I said, for spec-wise, stay away from the base model that only has 4 gigs. I think you need the minimum of 8 just to run Windows so things don't bog down, get too stuttery. Even the base model that I have here, I can download the full running version of Photoshop. I can run it, but it does lag down and bog down a little bit. But at least I do have the option to run that, whereas on my iPad, even my iPad Pro, I've only got the iOS or iPad OS version. And as long as you keep that in mind and don't overwork the Go 2 too much, I think it'll be able to handle most tasks that you throw at them. Now, Microsoft's suite of products, you're watching a bit of Netflix on the couch, you're browsing the net, you can download most apps on Microsoft Store. Obviously, you're not expecting to edit any 4K video or do anything too crazy with a device like this. That makes total sense. I think the portability is what makes the Go 2 so great. They've of course shrunken down those bezels ever so slightly. We've got a better screen, and if you get the M3 processor, I think it's around 60-65% better performance than the last gen. So obviously Microsoft is banking on a lot. So I think Microsoft is doing the right thing here, and especially for students that need a fully operational OS. There are some pieces of software that only run, say, on Windows. A lot of my stats or anatomy courses come to mind. If you're in the Windows space and you need a portable device to handle your day-to-day tasks, I think this might be the option to go for. The build is great, and maybe I'm a bit biased because there is a burnt orange keyboard cover, but let me know your thoughts down below about the Go 2. go-to device? Is it your next go-to device? Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you are interested, Microsoft also sent over their latest headphone lineup, so we've got their Surface headphones 2 and their new Surface earbuds. So if you want to see either of these, let me know down below, and I will make that happen in another video. We'll catch the rest of you hopefully then. Peace.